Small beginnings lead into great outcomes, great empires. The common story of rags to riches. The storyline of a sports team being an underdog and then eventually building a dynasty. These are all stories that we love because they represent how something so small can become something so big, something monumental. Pause. Now, have you know that most things, I'm tempted to even say everything in the world is like that. I mean, look at Dubai in 1990. You can't even call Dubai Dubai in 1990. Dubai in 1990 was literally just 3 buildings. And now, when you look at Dubai now, you fail to even believe that it came from just those 3 buildings. Like, it doesn't make sense. The thing in nature that best encapsulates this idea is a seed. I honestly believe that seeds are the most powerful thing on earth, not because they're the greatest thing or they have the most force that they can generate, right? But because they start off so small, something that you can barely even hold between your fingers. Within it has the potential to grow into a forest if you allow it. And even if it doesn't grow into a forest, it'll grow into your favorite fruit. I just think about that. Isn't that crazy? And of course, someone's going to be like, have you ever seen the seed of an avocado? Yes, I have seen it. Avocado is probably one of my favorite fruits. But for the sake of this video, ignore those big seeds. Just focus on those seeds that are this small, tiny, tiny, tiny seeds. We can learn a lot from seeds. I hold the philosophy that you can learn from everything because everything is connected. People think that life isn't connected like that. Like, people honestly think that nature isn't connected to the way that they can improve their life, right? So you can learn lessons from things like seeds. What you can learn from seeds is that everything starts small. And to be honest, right, I didn't want to bring this up, but I think I'll be doing myself a disservice if I didn't bring it up. You are even a seed. You started off from a sperm, an egg, and I think that forms a zygote. I think it's pronounced a different way, but I'm saying it as a zygote. Whatever, it forms that thing, right? And you grew out of that. I can guarantee that if you tried to look at the culmination of a sperm and egg, you wouldn't be able to see it with your eye. And now look at you, grown up into a human being. Though you have your faults, like, yeah, I'm looking at you right now. You have your faults, but yeah, you're an amazing human being that's grown out of that seed. So it's just crazy to think that everything, literally everything, has grown out of something very small, a seed per se. Many of your greatest characteristics began with one small action, right? You may be patient, you may be strong-willed, whatever it may be, but you weren't always like that. I refuse to believe people are born a certain way. I do believe we're born with certain inclinations, but to say that someone was born a strong-willed person, no. I believe that somewhere along in our childhood we took an action, and that action brought positive results, or it soothed the pain, and we continue to do that, and it's resulted in the characteristics that we have today. That was a small side tangent, but the point is, many of your greatest characteristics have come from one small action. But the difference is you repeated it, you refined that action until now you are very good at it. Now it's a characteristic instead of one event that you did. See, for me, I exercise nearly every single day. I'll say in a year I average exercising like 5.5 times a week. And I wasn't always like this. In fact, if you go back 3 years ago, I didn't exercise every day. But what started this was me going on YouTube and searching how to get abs in 5 minutes. See, 3 years later, I still don't have good abs. They're slightly visible, but we're working towards it. You can't, Rome wasn't built in one day. So likewise, my abs will not come in 3 years. Yeah, maybe they should have come by now. You probably have many bad characteristics. The way you respond to pressure, the way you respond when people upset you, when you withdraw. These things, they didn't just start one big event. It started, you did it, made you feel slightly better, then you carried on doing it, and now you've refined it. And now, it's just a key characteristic. I don't want you to focus on how everything can grow into something monumental, because that can be quite paralyzing. You'll spend your whole day analyzing your actions, thinking, what will this grow into? What will this grow into? When in reality, it's not that deep. I just want you to recognize that great things start with small beginnings. In fact, great things are made with small components. Like, there's no great thing that you're going to do. There's no big thing that's going to get you the six-pack. Like, I've been in the gym for 3 years. There's still no six-pack. Genuinely, you can have a forest of whatever it is you want, whether it's positivity, whether it's a strong foundation in that craft that you enjoy. I've gotten to the age where some of the people I used to play sports with are becoming professional sportsmen. And I'll be the first to tell you that right now they are far better than I am because they've been playing for longer. I dropped the sports, but when we were playing together, yes, they were better than me, but they weren't that much better than me. Where you'd say, "Oh, there's a gap in class. This person is so much better." It was just one of those things where they would practice for an extra 30 minutes a day, but they would do that every single day. And over 5 years, an extra 30 minutes amounts to 1,000 hours. It's actually 920 something or 901, but I'm rounding it up to 1,000. And that's where the gap in classes come now. So imagine if you just put 30 minutes a day into something, even for the next 5 years, you would have spent 1,000 hours working on that. Now imagine how good you will be after you spend 1,000 hours playing something. 1,000 hours. When I was young, I used to look up to all these high-performing people, even the celebrities. You see, the musicians that are at the top of the charts, the business executives, the CEOs. The way I looked up to them, in my mind, it was as if God had blessed them individually and said that you are the special people of this world. But that wasn't the case. They simply stuck at the same thing. They were doing it for a long period of time, consistently, small action, small action, small action. And then over time, it compounded into something great. So that's it. That's the message of this video. Small things can compound into great things as long as you give it enough time. So now you have to decide, what are you going to give your time to? But that's for another video.